Hello, hi, welcome to Angloscope with Valerie Marzak. Let's speak English. Come on, you can do it. Hi, welcome back to our series English Made Easy. This is the English version, and today we are going to see when to use the preterite tense or the present perfect. If you're not sure about those two tenses, please view my videos again. One is dedicated to the preterite tense and the other one to the present perfect. Before we begin, our small challenge from last week was, what's the meaning of never mind? I'll give you an example. If somebody says to me, oh sorry, I forgot our meeting last night, and I reply, never mind, it means don't worry, it doesn't matter. So it's a useful word to know, especially in British English, but also in American English. To go back to our topic, first a quick checkup. Remember that in the video we said that the preterite tense is used in 3 different cases. When an action is over or finished, it's a point in time, and it has no link with the present time. Now, the present perfect is also used in 3 main instances. First, when an action started in the past and is still going on in the present time. It's also used for a given fact and for something which has just happened. I'll give you some examples now. Preterite. If I say, I went to the cinema yesterday. Yesterday is dated. It's no longer today, so it has no link with the present time. It's a point in time, and the action is over. They lived in England for 10 years. If I use the preterite tense, it means that these people no longer live in England. It was true for 10 years, but it's no longer true. He left the office at 6 p.m. This is dated. It's an action which is over or finished. It has no link with the present time. Now for the present perfect, let me move my chair as usual. Hope you can see. Number 1, he's worked for 2 hours. If he's worked for 2 hours, the action started in the past and is still going on till now. Number 2, they've been to the USA or to the US. If they've been to the US, it's a given fact, something which is true up till now, up to the present time. I've just dropped my phone. If I've just dropped my phone, the event happened in the past, but is still linked with the present because it's just happened. So whenever you see just, remember, usually we have to use the present perfect. Ready? It's exercise time. See you in a few minutes. Right, here we go. Don't worry, it's not as difficult as it seems. What you must keep in mind is the action over, or is there still a link with the present time? So let's have a look together. Sentence number 1, they to be to the US. So if those people have been to the US, I'm using the present perfect because it's a given fact, something which is true until the present time. So they have been to the US. Sentence number 2, I to see this film last week. So how do I know which tense to use? Well, I have last week. If something happened last week, the action is over. it's a point in time. Therefore, I'm going to use the preterite tense. The preterite of the verb to see is saw. It is an irregular verb. I saw this film last week. So far, so good. Number 3, she just to pass her exam. Ha! We have just. If we have just, the past and the present are still linked together. Therefore, present perfect. She's or she has just passed her exam. Number 4, he not to like playing tennis as a child. How do I know which tense to use here? Well, we have as a child. It means when this person was a child. So this person is no longer a child. Therefore, it's something finished in the past. And so we'll use the preterite tense. Be careful, this is a negative sentence. Remember that when we use a negative sentence and that the verb is not an auxiliary, we must use do in the right tense, which is did for the preterite tense, and in the right form here, the negative form. So the sentence will be, he didn't like playing tennis as a child. One small thing, just to make sure you remember this, after didn't, the verb is always in the infinitive form without to. Sentence number 5. It smells good to bake cake. We have a question here. So how do we decide which tense is right? Well, this is going to be a big help. It smells good, which means now something smells good. So we're going to have to use the present perfect because the event is linked with the present. And we'll say, have you baked a cake? Why can't we say, did you bake a cake? Because the person is saying that it smells good right now. So therefore it means that the event is still linked with the present time. If I said, did you bake a cake? It would simply mean I would ask at what point in time the person baked a cake. Did you bake a cake yesterday, last week, last month? It's not at all the same idea as, it smells good. Have you baked a cake? Do you get the difference here? The present perfect always links the past tense and the present time. Sentence number 6. You to visit John yesterday. Easy one. Yesterday is not now. Therefore, preterite tense. We have a question. Just like for the negative form, we have to use the auxiliary do in the right tense and form, here did, because visit is not an auxiliary, it's just a verb. So we'll say, did you visit John yesterday? Remember that since we're using an auxiliary, here did, the verb will remain in the infinitive form without to. Last sentence. I to talk to him for ages. For ages means for a long time. For a long time. So here we are talking about an event which is true in the past and is still true in the present time, therefore, present perfect. I haven't talked to him for ages or for a long time. So do you see the difference here? If I take a sentence in the preterite tense, usually I have a date, like last week or as a child. When I use the present perfect, it means I'm linking the past and the present, or I'm talking about a given fact, something which is true until now, such as I haven't talked to him for ages. This was true in the past, it's still true now because I haven't talked to him. This one, she's just passed her exam. This is an event which has just happened, therefore it is still linked with the present time, and so we must use the present perfect. And if I say, they have been to the US, this is a given fact, true in the past until now. So that's it for the preterite and the present perfect tenses. Try to view the videos again, the one dedicated to the preterite tense and the one dedicated to the present perfect, and then do this exercise once again to make sure that it's clear to you. Try to remember what I said at the beginning of this video, the 3 instances in which we use the preterite tense and the 3 instances in which we use the present perfect. Not so fast, it's challenge time, of course. Every week I give you an expression or a word that you should try and use by yourself in an English context. So today, it's going to be an expression. If I say to you, you have to face the music, what can it possibly mean? Give me your answers in a comment. Look it up in the dictionary. Dictionaries are wonderful tools. You can find many online, or you can use a paper dictionary. But try to find out what it means. You have to face the music. Until then, I'll see you next time. We'll be talking about the progressive form in the past. It sounds complicated. It really isn't that difficult. Until then, work well and take care. Bye.